DePIN standing for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks, which is a segment of Web3 or blockchain technology, is expected to grow to over 3.5 trillion, not billion, but trillion dollars by 2028.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Dominic Carosa. He is the chairman of both Blockmate Ventures and your subsidiary Havelo as well. And Dominic, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Thanks for having me on the program, Steve.
Yeah, so news out today talking about an investment into Havelo by a couple of entities, one including Animoca Brands, which is a company that you're familiar with because you work with them quite closely. So let's sort of take a step back, remind everyone about Havelo and the relationship you have with Animoca.
Havelo's a DePIN aggregator that is basically, I'm going to say majority, over 50% owned by Blockmate. And Animoca is a multi-billion dollar company in the crypto space. They've been around for almost a decade. They led the venture capital round into Havelo, alongside a number of other investors. And so part of our deal with Animoca is obviously investment, but also they've got a millions, actually tens of millions of customers all around the world, and we'll be obviously working with them in quite a close cooperation moving forward.
Dominic, what does it mean to have a company like Animoca, as big as they are, to see the value in what you're doing at Havelo?
It's basically extremely positive and uplifting in that respect, where a big multi-billion dollar behemoth sees significant value in Havelo in terms of what we're doing in the space. And I should just to give a little bit of context, Animoca has been and also is very big in the play to earn space. That's where you are basically playing games and getting paid for it, particularly in emerging markets. And I think they saw some similar value with Havelo. Havelo, for those that are not aware, think of it as the Airbnb for your computer. You rent out your computer, your space, your hard drive, your CPU, and your GPU, and you get paid for it. So it's a very similar philosophy, and at the same time, a very similar and synergistic customer base.
Dominic, in the news release, it talks about using the funds from this raise to really drive innovation. Can you talk a bit more about sort of where you're going to utilize this capital?
Yeah, DePIN standing for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks, which is a segment of Web3 or blockchain technology, is expected to grow to over 3.5 trillion, not billion, but trillion dollars by 2028. Some of the key verticals in there are basic AI, training AI models. So there's significant growth in the market, and part of the capital will be utilized on customer acquisition, going out there and promoting and marketing and forming partnerships with Havelo, and ultimately bringing more customers and having more nodes. So it's really going to be partly engineering, but a real focus on customer acquisition and ultimately revenues and profits.
Yeah. And lastly, I just want to remind everyone that you do have a token at Havelo that's going on the market live for trading on February the 11th. Is that right? Just remind everyone about that. That's a significant part of the company as well.
Yeah, so the HVLO token will be issued. It will basically start trading on two exchanges. So think of it as, for those that are not aware of a TGE, it's a token generation event. Think of it like an IPO or a listing, but for a token, not a stock. And so in the next 24 hours, we'll be listing on two major exchanges with mainly an Asian focus at this point. And then over the next couple of quarters, we'll look to expand the reach and have our token listed on many more exchanges. And what that does, it really, think of it as the listing and then the token. Havelo will be able to use that token to incentivize customer acquisition and our audience. So think of it as a bit of a marketing fund. There's something in there called an ecosystem and marketing incentives. And so we can use those tokens to basically help cover the cost of partners, as well as our users, to incentivize them to expand Havelo around the world. So it's basically, from a value perspective, it's about over $20 million US of value that Havelo will ultimately have that he can use over the next 4 years to further drive the growth of the business.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Exciting times for Havelo for sure, Dominic. And thanks so much for sharing what the company's up to. And we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Dominic Carosa. He is the chairman of both Havelo and also Blockmate Ventures.